Are you stuck? Do you feel like you're not progressing in English as fast as you would like? If so, don't worry, because a lot of English learners feel like this, and that's why today I'm here to share with you 7 tips for improving your English fast. These are things that you can do from anywhere in the world, okay? And they're really going to help you improve your English. So the first tip is to read. That's read everything you can get your hands on. Actually, we're very lucky when we're learning English because it's quite easy to learn English compared with a lot of other languages. Why is that? Because English is everywhere. English is all around us. English is all over the internet. English is the language of media. There are so many TV shows, movies, songs in English that we can learn from. So it's easy to find material. What about reading material? Reading material, you can read books, novels. There are many different kinds of books. You can read self-development books. Whatever genre of book you like, you can be reading in English. You can also read newspapers, websites, emails, social media, your Facebook feed. There are lots of chances for you to read in English every day. Okay, so look around, find things that you're interested in and do some reading. One tip I want to talk about when you're reading, it's very important that when you're reading, you enjoy what you're reading. So choose something that interests you. And when you're reading, don't stop for every word you don't understand. Okay, a lot of people will have their dictionary and they'll be reading something, maybe a book. Every time they see a word, they'll stop and then they'll go and check to find the word in the dictionary. Now, this is not the best practice because it will stop you from reading, it will slow you down and it will make the process less enjoyable. So my advice about this is that you can read, if you're reading a book, for example, you can say 1 chapter. You can decide you're going to read 1 chapter or maybe even 1 page, it doesn't matter. 1 section of what you're reading and you read it from the start to the finish, and then you can get a highlighter and you can highlight some of the words you don't understand. Don't stop and look them up yet. A lot of the time you can understand the meaning from the context, from the words that are around that word, or from the sentences. You can guess about what the meaning is for that word. Okay, this is called context clues. But if you want to increase your vocabulary while you're doing it, you can highlight these words as you're reading. And then when you finish your chapter or your page, whatever section you're reading, then you will have a few words and you can have a separate time to look up these words in the dictionary. Okay, so that's my first tip. Read everything you can get your hands on. Tip number 2 is always listen. Okay, now similar to reading, we're lucky again because there's so much for us to listen to in English in the world all around us, and especially with the internet we have access to many different sources for listening. What kind of things can you listen to? You can listen to things on YouTube. There's a huge list of different types of media you can be listening to, different types of TV shows or songs or clips or ads, or the variety is amazing on YouTube. Okay, you can watch TV series in English. The great thing about watching a TV series is you can get interested in the plot. Sometimes you can get addicted to watching the series, and if you're watching it in English, that means you're going to be listening to English very often. Okay, there are different levels of difficulty when you choose what kind of a series you would watch, but we'll talk about that in another video. Okay, I recommend Netflix to watch series. The reason why is sometimes the subtitles on YouTube are not very accurate. They're auto-generated subtitles, but on a streaming platform like Netflix, you can select to turn on the subtitles in English. I advise you to do it in English, not in your own native language. And then you can read the subtitles and watch your TV show at the same time. You can also listen to podcasts. Again, choose a topic that interests you. You can choose some star, some pop star, or some celebrity, or some expert that you're interested in, or a topic you're interested in, and you can listen to podcasts on that topic. I have another video where I recommend different places to find podcasts, but podcasts are a great way that you can listen, always be listening. And then there are many examples for ways you can listen, but another example is audiobooks. Okay, you can listen to audiobooks. You can find a lot of audiobooks on YouTube for free, and you can listen to the books in audio form in English. So why is listening is such an easy way to work English into your day, because you can be listening while you are doing different activities. You can be listening while you're on the bus going to work. You can be listening while you're on the train. You can be listening while you're driving your car. You can be listening while you're out for a run, while you're walking, while you're in the gym, while you're doing different activities. You can have your earphones in and you can be listening at the same time. Okay, so listening is a great way to get more exposure in English. Next tip is L and R. Does anyone know what L and R means? L and R means listen and repeat. So this is going to help you with your pronunciation. Okay, so you can find clips of English speakers, again, all over the place, on the internet, on YouTube, on Netflix, and you can get short clips, sections of maybe a few sentences, maybe 1 minute, or just even one sentence, and you can listen to it, stop it, and repeat. Practice repeating after you listen to someone saying a sentence, for example, in English. Okay, if you want to take this one step further, you can listen, repeat, and record yourself. Okay, these days most people have a phone. You can just use a recording device on your phone, very simple, a recording app, and record yourself, and then later you can compare your voice or your accent or your pronunciation with the original voice in English, and this comparing will help you to improve your pronunciation. Okay, so that's listen and repeat. Number 4, take notes. All right, it's very important to make a note of what you're learning. I would advise you, if you don't already, go out and buy a nice notebook. Buy a notebook that you think is a really cool notebook or a beautiful notebook, and you're happy to carry it around with you everywhere. And you can write down your notes in this every day about what you're learning. You can write down different expressions, vocabulary, different things, different ideas you have, you can write down in your notebook. And then you can go back again and you can review, because reviewing is essential to put all the new language you're learning into long-term memory. Okay, so you have to, reviewing is a continual process that you must continue to do all the time as well. So get a notebook, expressions, vocabulary. If you are writing vocabulary down or making a vocabulary record, I recommend that you don't just write down the word. So a lot of my students will write down the word and then translate it into their own language. This is not the most effective way to record vocabulary or to learn vocabulary. I want you to go a few steps further. All right, so what I recommend is you write down the new word, then you write down the definition. Now you can write the definition in English or your own language, that's up to you. But what's very important is you put it into context. And that means you write down the original sentence where you found this word. All right, and then the final step, you can go one step further and you make a new sentence using this word, and this will help you to remember it, along with going back and reviewing it later. okay? So get a notebook, make some notes, record your vocabulary and the new expressions you learn. Next tip, be active in a community. These days there are lots of communities online where you can join and you can be together with other people who are trying to learn as well. All right, that's why I have actually created the Speak English Follow Your Dreams community on Facebook, and you're free to join this. You're welcome to join this community if you like. It's called Speak English Follow Your Dreams, and in this community we have a very nice collection of people who are learning English, and we're all helping each other. And it's an active community, so you can share your experiences, you can ask for help, you can get support, and it's a very valuable part of your learning journey is to be in a community with other people learning as well. Okay, so this gives you accountability, this gives you a reason, a reason to improve and share your experience. It makes the whole learning experience more real. So anyone who is in my community or anyone who wants to join, what I recommend for you to do is to interact. If you're in a community like this, you don't just sit still and passively look at a post and then maybe read it or maybe hit like. It's nice, it's good, you will get some exposure to English and get some ideas, but if you want to get the most value out of it, you have to be active in the community. So how can you be active? You can ask questions. When you have questions in your learning journey, of course you're going to have lots of questions, so you ask these questions, okay? And then if it's my community, I'll be there to help you, or the other people in the community, because it's a community. There are people at all different levels of English, so we help each other, okay? So someone else in the community may help you, the leader of the community may help you, and what you can do is you can comment. If someone else asks for help and you can help, then you can comment. If someone else has shared their experience, you can comment on that, because I also encourage you to share your experience, okay? Not just comment on other people's posts, but you can also post, all right? And you can post. One great thing is you can post your development, you can share your progress, okay? And also you can talk to the other people in the group. So in Speak English, Follow Your Dreams, we have a lot of motivated English learners in there, and I'm very careful about who I let into the group. So it's a safe place as well. So you're free to meet someone in the group and decide to be buddies with this person, and you can meet together and you can practice speaking in English with each other, okay? You can make new friends, work together and support each other. So join a community. Next tip, very important, set a schedule. All right, we are all busy in our daily lives. We all have different things we have to do every day, whether it be working, studying, all the different exercise and different routines and obligations we have every day. So this is very important. You set a schedule. You decide when you're going to practice your English every day. All right, you must set aside time where you're going to work on your English. How much time do you need? Well, I usually advise my students that if you're going, you really should do it every day. So you don't have to do, once a week, 6 hours. It's not as effective to do a little bit every day. So how much time do you need? 30 minutes of active study and 1 hour of exposure. All right, so what does that mean? Active study is when you're actively taking notes, learning a new part of the language, and you're studying, okay? But exposure is different. Exposure could even be watching your favorite TV show or listening to your favorite podcast, okay? So 30 minutes of active study and 1 hour of exposure to English language every day. If you can schedule this, your English is going to improve so fast. You won't believe it, okay? So set the time. And also, when we talk about a schedule, another very important aspect is to have a goal, okay? You must decide where you want to go with in your English journey and when you want to accomplish this, okay? So I highly recommend create a schedule for yourself. Finally, tip number 7 is to stay positive, okay? Don't get too frustrated. You want to enjoy this experience. If you enjoy the experience, you're going to learn so much more, and learning is going to be so much easier for you, okay? So I have a couple of tips, a few tips for how you can stay positive on your learning journey. You can set a goal, like I just spoke about, all right? And you decide that I want to achieve this level of English within 1 year. Have a positive goal and know why. Realize why you're studying English. What is English? If you are going to achieve this level of English in 1 year, how is your life going to change? How is your life going to be better? What opportunities are you going to have in life if you can attain this level of English? Okay, so set a goal. Celebrate progress. All right, it's very common for people when they're learning to just continue. I want to do more. I want to learn more. I want to learn more. What do I do next? But when we progress, it's important to celebrate, to realize what we have done, okay? And to pat ourselves on the back and tell ourselves, good job, well done. You put in the work, you achieved it, okay? So even sometimes when you feel like you're not making too much progress, people will say, oh, I can't, this is too difficult, I'm not happy, this is no good. But really, you're always making progress. Some days, maybe you won't make so much progress, but if you have a schedule, then it takes the stress away, because we all have, anything could happen in a day or in a week. That means, oh, we won't be able to do our listening today, or we won't be able to put in our 30 minutes of active study today. But if you have a schedule to fall back on, then it takes the stress away from it. You can say, okay, never mind, tomorrow I continue with my schedule. So it's easy to stay positive that way. And the last word here is fun. Make sure you're enjoying your learning English journey. All right, that's why we choose topics that we are interested in, and groups we want to be a part of, and we want to enjoy it. Basically, it's just so much more effective that way. Okay, everyone. So stay positive and stick with it. You can do it. Okay, everyone. You can do it. Remember, you can do it.